In recent weeks, an unexpected incident involving Whoopi Goldberg has sparked both media buzz and public debate. The renowned host of The View became embroiled in a heated dispute with Dominique Ansel Bakery, a famed establishment known for its cronuts and other pastry delights. The conflict began when Goldberg placed a special advanced order for Charlotte Russe desserts ahead of time. However, when she arrived to pick up the order, she discovered that the bakery had failed to fulfill her request. This led to a public outcry as Goldberg shared her frustration on The View, claiming that the bakery refusal to complete her order might have been influenced by her political reviews. What followed was a back and forth between Goldberg, the bakery, and local officials, which quickly turned into a viral story. While Goldberg suggested that her political beliefs could have played a role in the bakery's decision, the bakery explanation focused on logistical issues, including a broken oven. This sparked significant debate, with many defending the bakery's operational challenges, while others questioned the handling of the situation. In today's video, we'll break down the full story behind the unusual incident. Later, we'll show you a clip of Whoopi discussing her frustration with the bakery on The View. You'll also get an inside look at Dominique Ansel Bakery, including images of the bakery's exterior and interior. And finally, stay tuned as well. We hear directly from the bakery owner, Jill Holtermann, and Staten Island's Borough President, Vito Fossella, as they respond to Goldberg's claim in a segment from Fox News. Whoopi Goldberg's incident and Dominique Ansel Bakery began when she placed an advanced order for Charlotte Russe desserts. She ordered the pastries ahead of time, ensuring that they would be ready for pickup at her request time. However, when Goldberg arrived at the bakery to collect her order, she found that it had not been prepared as expected. This left Goldberg frustrated and confused, particularly since she had followed all the necessary steps to secure her order. She dissatisfaction was further compounded when the bakery gave her an explanation involving a broken oven, which they claimed was the reason her pastries weren't ready. The bakery stated that this logistical issue had led to the inability to fulfill her order. The frustration boiled over when Goldberg shared her experience on The View, the popular daytime talk show she hosts. On air, she vented about the situation, humorously expressing her disbelief that a simple pre-order item could be mishandled in such a way. She also made comments suggesting that there might have been an underlying political bias, which sparkled further controversy. Goldberg's airing on the incident on The View helped turn that have been a routine customer service issue into a viral moment, attracting media attention and sparkling a public debate.
These refused to make them for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What? Oh,
No. Let me explain. Let me explain. They said that their ovens had gone down, all kinds of stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics.
Yeah.
The bakery's explanation for not fulfilling Whoopi's Goldberg's order centered around logistical issues, specifically a broken boiler and limited oven space. According to the bakery owner, Jill Holtermann, the 60-year-old boiler had been broken down in early November, causing a significant disruption to their operations. The equipment failure made it difficult for the bakery to manage large orders at that time. As a result, Dominique Ansel Bakery had to prioritize smaller orders and adjust their production capacity, which impacted Goldberg's special order for Charlotte Russe desserts. Holtermann also emphasized the bakery's long-standing reputation and history, stating that it had been a family-run business for over 145 years. She clarified that the decision to delay Goldberg's order was purely operational and logistical, not influenced by politics. Holtermann, along with local officials, strongly refuted Goldberg's suggestion that the bakery had refused to serve her due to her political beliefs. In fact, they pointed out that the bakery's commitment to quality and customer service had been evident for generations, and that a political motivation behind the delay was not plausible. The bakery's public statement and support for local officials were important in putting this situation into context, reasoning the public that this was a matter of operational challenges rather than any ideological bias. In response to Whoopi Goldberg's claims, both Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella and Dominique Ansel Bakery owner Jill Holtermann publicly defended the bakery, clarifying that the issue was purely operational and politically motivated, and not politically motivated, Vito Fossella, who is a longtime supporter of local businesses, vehemently rejected Goldberg's suggestion that her order was refused due to her political views. In a public statement, Fossella called Goldberg's accusation defamatory and urged an apology from the actress. He emphasized that the bakery's reputation was built over generations, and that the attributing their operational issues to politics was not only unjust, but also undermined the business and local community. Fossella pointed out that good business practices do not involve considering a customer's political stance, especially when managing a long-standing establishment like Dominique Ansel Bakery. Jill Holtermann, the owner of the bakery, similarly responded to Goldberg's comment. Holtermann explained that the bakery had been experiencing serious logistical challenge due to the malfunctioning boiler, which had disrupted their ability to fulfill large orders. She reassured the public that the bakery's decision to delay Goldberg's order was purely a result of operational issues, not a reflection on any biases or political agenda. Holtermann also highlighted the bakery's long-standing history of excellence, noting that the business had been operating for over 145 years, well before any political tensions became a prominent issue in the current cultural climate. Both Holtermann and Fossella's response were aimed at restoring the bakery's reputation and ensuring that the public understood the true cause of the delay: operational difficulties, not any personal or political motives. Local residents and officials rallied behind the bakery, with many expressing support for the family-run business and its commitment to quality services.
And I think the bottom line here is, after we're going to call up Jill, who has had to endure something that she shouldn't have to endure. These people are up at 3 or 4 o'clock every morning. The sacrifices they've made, the holidays they've missed with their families. To make Staten Island better, they have sacrificed for 145 years. Rutherford B. Hayes was the President of the United States, for God's sakes. And they're still here, and they're still strong, and they're not going anywhere, despite what other people on television have to say. And frankly, the people who defamed the Holtermann family should apologize to the Holtermann family for making stuff up to suit their needs. Not everybody wakes up every day and thinks about politics. A good business person doesn't care about anybody's politics. So with that, I'd like to call up Jill Holtermann Bowers. She deserves our 110% support. Jill, come on.
It's a community that I have to tell you, I'm so overwhelmed by the support between finding out yesterday this even happened, getting phone calls, and then people coming in, people from all over just supporting us in every way. We had phone calls yesterday from Alabama. Guy says, I'm going to give you $50, send it to a school, send them donuts, send them cupcakes. The support has been so overwhelming, and I know how hard my family has worked to keep this business alive, and I wish my father was here today to see this. He would never believe it. My bakers come in 2 or 3 in the morning just to have donuts and rolls for everybody to come in and say, we have the best rolls ever. And you know what? It took my whole family. It takes everybody, the community that comes every day to see us. We have this everyday conversation with everybody. How's the family? How's this? This is what makes Holtermann's Holtermann's. It's the community, it's my fellow everything that come out, and us giving back to the community that makes this go round. And if it wasn't for you and Staten Island to make this work, we still wouldn't be here today. So I know my brother, Billy, work hard. Joe, my baker in the back, is here 6 days a week. He gives his heart and soul to this place. And you know what? My father always said, you do what you love. I'm telling you, this is my heart. And I thank you so much for everybody to come out and support us with the Holtermann family. It means the world to me. It really does. Thank you so much. Oh, I wish my father was here today.
Oh, good. So good. The goodness prevails. And just a little background for those who know, they had a boiler here. Again, it's been here 145 years. They had a boiler that was 60 or 70 years old. And the first week in November, guess what? It went on the fritz. They had to be replaced. And the reputation of Holtermann's is impeccable, so rather than commit to something they couldn't guarantee, they said we can't do it. And the person who besmirched and defamed them took that as an insult to her. Well, get over it. This family will be here for, God willing, another 145 years. And as Jill said, it's her family, it's the Staten Island community, it's the elected officials. And I hope if you're watching this across the country, go online and order something, and we'll mail it to you.
After Goldberg's incident at Dominique Ansel Bakery, she framed the situation with a large political context, suggesting that the refusal to fulfill her order might have been due to her liberal beliefs. During her appearance on The View, Goldberg replied that her political, personal, and business interactions, she remarked that the bakery's reluctance to honor her pre-order pastries might have been influenced by political bias, referencing her own liberal stance. This interpretation sparked mixed reactions. On one side, many of Goldberg's supporters agreed with her, seeing an incident as part of a broader trend of politics influencing everyday interactions. They believed the bakery's refusal could have been a subtle form of political discrimination, given the increasing political divides in the United States. On the other hand, critics of Goldberg's framing of the incident argued that the bakery's explanation was valid, especially considering the operational issues it was facing, such as the broken boiler and limited on space. These critics emphasized that attributing the issue to political biases was unwarranted and detracted from the real problem, logistical challenges at the bakery. While Goldberg's comments resonated with some, calling attention to the interactions of politics and business, others felt her accusations were an overreact. The situation quickly became emblematic of how public figures, business, and political operations often collide in the media, drawing polarized responses across social platforms and news outlets. As a result, the story became much more than a simple customer service issue. It sparked a broader discussion about cancel culture, the polarization of business decision, and how personal beliefs can influence commercial interactions. Ultimately, the bakery local officials and Goldberg supporters all used the incident to comment on the current state of political discourse in everyday life. So let's summarize all of this. The incident began when Whoopi Goldberg placed an advanced order at Charlotte Russe Pastries at Dominique Ansel Bakery. Upon arriving to pick up her order, she was informed that it wasn't ready, leading to her frustration. She later shared her experience on The View, expressing disappointment with the bakery's failure to fulfill her request. Dominique Ansel Bakery explained the situation by citing logistical problem, notably a broken boiler and limited oven space. These operational challenges made it difficult to fulfill large order at the time. The bakery's owner, Jill Holtermann, emphasized that the bakery's reputation was built on a 145 years of service, that no political motives were behind the situation. Goldberg suggested that her order might have been refused due to her liberal political beliefs, framing the issue within the context of the growing politicization of everyday interactions. While some supporters supported her viewpoint, others believed that the bakery's explanation was more likely based on logistical constraints rather than political biases. The situation quickly escalated into a viral debate about customer service, political influence on business, and public figures using their platforms to air grievances. Now, I like to hear from you your thoughts on the matter. Do you believe the bakery acted unprofessionally, or was this simply an operational mishap? Was Goldberg's reaction justified, or do you think she may have overreacted? Share your opinion in the comments below. I'm curious to see what your stand on this heated issue. If you found this video insightful and want to stay updated on more trending stories like this one, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you'll help boost this video in YouTube's algorithm and bring more people into the conversation. Also, I want to hear from you if we have any additional information, perspectives, or sources about Whoopi Goldberg's versus Dominique Ansel Bakery incident. Please drop a comment below whether you have more details about the bakery's inside, Goldberg's claim, or just your personal take on the situation. I'd love to know your thoughts. Your input can help broaden the understanding of this story, and your voices matter. So go ahead, comment and like, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going.